Mark!
Jonathan, do you think they're going to notice that we're wearing the same shirt for the 2 episodes?
I hope not. I did offer you to switch shirts, but you didn't want to. So.
Yeah, no.
I would have paid to see that.
I get the worst end of the deal for that.
Why?
Roll the intro. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Subject Matter. I'm your host, Stephen Jenkins, here with your co-host, Mr. Jonathan Dayton, and special guest, Mr. Trevor McCabe. We are experts in nothing, and we're here to give you our thoughts and opinions on all of it. Welcome back to episode 9 of The Subject Matter. Today we have on Trevor McCabe, who, if you're wondering, yes, is the brother of Connor McCabe, who we had on for the 3rd episode. Interestingly enough, the last 4 episodes we've done, we went my sister, your wife's brother, and now previous guest's brother. And we've come full circle because the last 3 have not been people we know from the karate studio. And now he is a sibling and he is from the karate studio.
Yes.
So we've all come full circle. Welcome back to episode 9. Trevor, go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hello. I am Trevor McCabe, like he said. I know these fools, and I do say fools. I love them, but because
It's accurate.
karate studio, you know, that's the way we all meet. Actually, fun fact, I knew this man earlier. Well, kind of. We overlap, but I knew you outside of the karate studio because I was also homeschooled. So we had that kind of before, and then karate, because that's how we all meet. It's a great way to meet, though.
Yep.
Meet your friends, meet your family.
Do homeschool. Yep, that's kind of how it happened the same way with Connor, just because I met you guys all at the same time. I remember there was one time after I'd done a show, I think it was like Aladdin or something like that. This was back like 10 years ago at least. And I had known kind of who you guys were. We were all eating, the cast was eating at Dairy Queen, and you guys just happened to be there. And I kind of knew who you all were. And it kind of just stayed like that.
It did.
For the next, like 5 years, it just stayed as, I know who
each
you
other's
are,
presence. Yeah.
but I didn't really know you. And then when we started teaching the same class is kind of when we, went through with that. So, Trevor, what did you want to talk about today as our topic? I know you told me already, just for the audience.
I'm thinking traveling outside the country.
Something
Interesting. Maybe slip in a little bit of a childish hobbies as a man.
Okay.
Older than the age of 18, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
So traveling outside of the country and being a man-child.
Being a man-child.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Let's go.
At least 2 of us have an area or talking points in that area.
Yes.
So, and I'm looking at you and me because that's.
I'm thinking that
clearly
maybe
not.
I do.
A little bit.
In a very sophisticated way.
Yes.
I'm not trying to.
Fair enough.
I'm not trying to be a man-child gatekeeper here, but.
Fair enough.
All right. So as far as traveling outside of the country, very simple. Jonathan and I have talked about this a little bit, I think on episode 2, but we'll elaborate a little bit more. Where is for a vacation? Not necessarily to move, but for a vacation, what is your dream destination? If you had all the money in the world, where would you go?
Anywhere. I can go anywhere.
Yes.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I thought anywhere was your destination. I was
Anywhere.
like, okay.
Probably, I don't know. I'm thinking Japan again. We'll talk about it more, I know, because that's where I've been. But that was like
Japan
peak.
So you're saying Japan because you've already been there and
yes, and I'd want to see other sides of it.
I've always gone back and forth between 2 answers. In terms of an actual vacation to enjoy myself, I've said Australia for a while, even though I know that's kind of like because it's heat and that's not something that I usually enjoy. I don't know why Australia just interests me. There's a lot of different types of animals down there, and
you get Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly,
Chris Hemsworth. You want to go there, right?
The Crocodile Dundee ad he did for the Super Bowl 2 years. It just convinced me that I needed to go to Australia. And then besides that, another kind of odd pick, just to say that I've been there. In fact, one of my relatives has been there, and it's just I think it'd be cool to say I've been there. Is Antarctica. Just like, because there are so few people in the world who can say they've been to Antarctica, and I just think that would be a really cool trip. It would be fitting for me because I enjoy the cold, and I could really test the limits of that statement. But that wouldn't necessarily be a vacation to enjoy, I guess, so much as just kind of go. I mean, you're not gonna bucket list
Experience
to say that I've been to Antarctica, even if it's just for a weekend or something like that. But what about you, Jonathan? Dream vacation if you could go anywhere in the world. Madagascar. Any particular reason, or just
he likes to move
the move?
He likes to move it.
No, I was gonna say Australia. I think Australia would be a neat place to go. I don't know. I think like the tropical side, beach stuff, animals is something that has a full mesh together.
I was just wondering if there was a specific, because that was. I felt like there's other places you can get that, and I'm not saying that's
no specific reason. I don't know. Maybe the movie has a slight bias to reason wanting to go there, but I don't think it does. I just think that Madagascar would be a neat location to go.
Interesting.
Because there's a lot of places I would love to go, but
yeah, if you had to choose
more
one,
common
makes sense.
That people would say so. Somewhere.
I've also thought too about certain, like, there's other places. It's kind of like the Antarctica. Like there's that one island. It's known as like the farthest point you can actually be from. Like other people, like there's I forget where it is. It's in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. Like you're actually, if you're on that island, you're actually technically closer to the humans on the International Space Station than you are any of the surrounding. And that's just kind of cool. Again, just sort of like a bucket list thing. I don't know how much there is to do. I forget what the island is called. We'll put it on the screen now. Hey, that's what it was, and I couldn't remember what it was. Anyway, but that would just so. Is there any place other than Japan? Because we'll talk about why you like Japan in a second. And my next question was going to be favorite place you've gone. Is there any place other than Japan that you'd like to go if you could choose anywhere?
I'm thinking, like, it'd be cool to go and like kind of sightsee in like UK and London and stuff.
Yeah.
Look around, see that kind of side of the world.
I was there a couple years ago. It was a lot different than I was expecting. It was simultaneously closer to America than I thought it was going to be, and it was also a lot less like America than I thought it was going to be in multiple different ways. That was interesting. What's your favorite place that you have been?
The easy answer for me to say, but I can't remember it, would be where I was born, which is in South Korea. However, not remembering that, I do want to go back there, which I've always said I'm going back there at 25. Places I can remember, probably cruise off the coast of Florida.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I've really been a lot. I've been a lot of places, but not a lot of places that are outside the United States.
Makes sense.
So I would like to do some international travel. I just have not had the opportunity.
Outside of the United States, I know I've said before,
Canada. I've been to Canada, which was really, really cool because it was, again, wilderness, outdoors. Love that stuff, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just vacations in general. I know you're with me on this. We love Disney World.
Yes, 100%.
Outside of the U.S., I've only really ever been to 2 different places. I mean, technically, I went to the Cayman Islands, which is like under the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom. I don't really completely count that quite as much. I mean, technically, we didn't really have to do any. There was no like money exchange or anything like that, so it didn't really feel like I was in a different part of the world. But as far as traveling outside of the country, I went to Israel 2 years ago, and that was fantastic. I went with a group from our church who went over there, and it was just it was amazing. As a Christian, it was like you got to see all these different sites. Like there was we drove past this tree that they said that's the tree that Zacchaeus like hidden, and it was just kind of like, I don't know how you know that, but that's pretty cool if that's true.
Was a wee little man.
Exactly, and he climbed up in that exact sycamore tree.
So it wasn't an oak tree or an ash tree, but it was really a sycamore tree.
Sycamore tree.
Who knows?
It was sycamore.
Okay, then maybe it's true.
And it's quite possible. I mean, trees can live for thousands of years. So it was just, there were so many different things that we did there. There was this one, like just on the first day, we went up this insanely tall like mountain overlooking this extremely. It was overlooking the Dead Sea is actually what it was. And it's probably it is the coolest view that I have ever seen, because it's just desert for about as far as you can see, but in the center of it is this Dead Sea, and it was just I can't describe it. I'll see if I can find some pictures. So
insert photo here somewhere.
Insert photos up here,
right in front of my face.
And that was just the first day. I mean, that was just the first. We were there for like 2 weeks. We went through our tour guide went through multiple hotels. Our tour went. we stayed in multiple hotels, and they all had their own merit to them. The first one was like right on the Dead Sea, so we actually got to go to the Dead Sea and experience floating in just the most saturated salt water you possibly can. And you literally just you can stand while floating, which was just an insane experience. It feels really weird because you have all that salt, and any single cut you have on your hand, you're gonna feel it. And then the next one we stayed at was this like almost like village of hotels, actually overlooking the Sea of Galilee, and that one felt like an actual tropical vacation, just where we were. And then we actually stayed the final one in not downtown, but like right near Jerusalem, and that was just really fun to see like 2,000-year-old historic Jerusalem, and that was really cool. So as far as Japan goes, because you said, how many times have you been there? Just once? Just once. So tell us about that. What was...
So like I said, I was homeschooled, so I had to take my foreign language online because my parents were like, we're not learning a foreign language so we can teach you. So I got to pick whichever one I wanted. So we looked on, and I was like, I really want to learn Japanese because
Just to sign up, can I just ask, just out of pure curiosity, where did you learn it?
That was
it? Because I had to learn. I retained nothing, but I learned on Mango Languages is how I did it. And if you used Rosetta Stone or
I don't remember. We switched. I remember the place we were going through got shut down halfway through, so we had to transfer to another. Luckily, my teacher, lovely woman. My favorite teacher of all of my teachers.
Including your mom, because...
it's my father, my mother, and her. She's my favorite.
Alrighty.
And they know that. Anyway, but we were able to transfer that up and continue working on. But I just really wanted to learn the language because I thought it was cool. I also really kind of wanted to learn about the culture and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we were doing that, and then I want to say I was taking Japanese 2.
Okay.
And she was like, I'd love to do a backpacking trip with my students so you guys can meet, because we were all online, we never met in person, and to be in Japan. So we had a bunch of us planned, and so we got to go on a backpacking trip. It was 10 days in October of 2017.
Wow.
Very, very cool. We were mainly in Tokyo. That was our...
Okay.
And then, so yeah, we got to see a lot of cool stuff. We saw Tokyo Tower... We saw the Sky Tree, which is, I want to say, don't quote me on this. I want to say, top 10 tallest structures in the world.
Okay.
I want to say somewhere, it's one of the tallest structures in the world.
Interesting.
Somewhere on that line is Tokyo Sky Tree. Got to go up that and go all the way up the glass floor, which was very, very cool. A little bit nerve-wracking, but very cool because you're standing, looking down on Tokyo. But so yeah.
If there's one thing that you would say makes you want to go back, if you had to choose one thing, you're going to go over there and you're only going to experience one thing again, what would it be?
That's really difficult. If I had to go for one reason alone, because we did a backpacking trip, so we were going to multiple different places, going here and there. But there were a couple times when we had a half a day that was just free. We went to church on Sunday. And then that rest of the Sunday, we didn't have anything planned. So it was my mom and my twin brother and I. We sneaked over to Tokyo Disneyland and got to go there. But we didn't go to Tokyo Disney Sea, which is the other park. So I would want to go and just, because like you said, Disney, so cool. And so I'd want to go over there and do Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah,
just,
I've thought about that before too. You go to Disney Shanghai or different versions of Disney World just to see that. If there was any other place that you don't necessarily want the full experience, but just one thing from some other country that you'd be interested in experiencing. For me, everybody wants to go to London to see Big Ben. Or the London Eye. Everybody wants to go to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower. For me, I want to go to Germany so that I can say I've been on the Autobahn.
Right.
Is there anything like that for you?
We got to see. Hold on. Let me find my wording here. We got to catch. So they do kabuki shows, which is, I'm a musical theater guy. Talking to the camera because they already know this. I'm a musical theater guy. you might have seen Connor talk about it. But so we got to see a kabuki show, which is their kind of theater, and I'd want to go see that again because they do it in like 3 acts. So like it's a full day experience. So you'll go and see Act 1, and then you'll break. Yeah. For intermission, it'll be like an hour, 2 hours long, and then you go back and you see Act 2, and I think it's like in 3 acts. So we caught the last act of the show.
Interesting.
And it was so cool.
Now, because I'd taken a few theater courses in college. I'm trying to remember because we discussed a number of different types of foreign theater styles, and I'm getting a couple of them mixed up. The kabuki theater is that the one where they use the puppets, or is that like a live action? Like live
it's
action,
what we saw was live, like actors.
Actors,
so
okay.
Actors, real humans, and with the masks and the
right,
big, elegant costumes and stuff, which is really cool because they also, in Japan, when you see an actor you like, you shout their name.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have like this person acting on stage, and to show that you're enjoying their performance, you'll just hear these shouts of people's names from the audience, and it'll be this loud. So it's really cool.
That's interesting.
Johnny,
you have to be an actor if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, but it's really, really cool.
I'm just gonna start doing that now in movie theaters from now on. Whenever I go to see, I don't know what movie's coming out next. Whenever I go,
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, we were talking about Chris Hemsworth a second ago. We'll go. Black Widow comes out in a couple months. We'll go. I'll just start shouting out. What's his name from Stranger Things? David Harbour. Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, he's in this. What are you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, really cool. Best experience that. So all the people who we went with they have little subtitles that you can get.
Okay.
So they're little screens, and it translates what they're saying. Because Japan is really, really, like, there are a bunch of things that are kind of tourist based. So there's a lot of English translation along with the Japanese.
Gotcha.
So all of my classmates that we went with, they were like reading into the story of the show and like really, this is really cool. It was like, I want to say it was about Buddhism, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Because my twin brother and I, Brendan, we were just so enthralled with the theatrics of it. There was one moment, best moment of the show, where this guy, full suit of samurai armor, so like the big everything, did a roll down a set of stairs.
Oh, wow.
The stairs raised up from the stage, and he rolled all the way down it. And
That's
we were
pretty
like,
good.
This is so cool.
Yeah, so, that's awesome. Is there anything like that, like just like one thing from another, whether you've been there or not, that you just want to say that you've been able to experience?
Oh, well, no.
You get like 5 minutes to think about the answer. So,
well, I wasn't thinking about the same question. Like I was just enthralled by what he was talking about.
Fair enough.
The interesting fact about that. There's not one in particular thing that I set on my bucket list that I need to go see before I die. Like that's it. But however, like I just mentioned before, I would like to go back to South Korea, which is where I was born. I want to go see Seoul, and I want to go to that city. So in general, I want to view that country and be there at least once in my lifetime. However, I've said 25, which is only in 2 years now. But
you can make that happen.
Make it happen.
You can do it.
Yeah, we can get it happen. We'll take a whole film crew over there. We'll document.
Document that.
The return.
I did get to see Godzilla though.
Okay. Good.
King, move on to the next. No, you're good. I did get to see Godzilla though. They have a giant. He's like on the top of.
Okay, I'm sorry. We switched topics and my brain didn't have time to adjust. I thought you just meant the movie that just came out.
No.
The Godzilla.
The Godzilla in Japan.
Cool.
Yeah.
So like a statue, or is it like?
It's like a statue. It's like
I assumed it wasn't an actual lizard, but
no. No, they made Godzilla.
Oh, that's
real. No.
How tall is it?
I'm not sure. It's big. Like it's on the top of a building.
Oh, okay.
That he's peering over.
That's cool.
Switching gears from the documentary.
The documentary would be cool though.
That would be cool.
I'll be the sound guy.
You'd be the sound guy.
Boom mic.
Investigative series, like finding. So I was adopted. If you didn't know that, most people do know that. That watch the show, like finding old people that are in relatives, like investigation show. Like we gotta go find people.
Track them down. Literally, we just do all the work before we go over, and just like we know exactly. And then we stage it to make it look like.
Or make it a prank show.
I don't think that'll go over well. I don't know.
It's up to you. It's your documentary. We'll do.
I'm just the sound guy. I just got the boom.
Someone tried. We all got arrested. Trevor's like, I'm sorry, I'm just recording the sound.
Yeah,
I got nothing to
I'm
do
not
with
part
these
of this,
fools.
guys.
So moving on from travel, you want to talk about being a man-child, and
I thought that was pretty set.
And I think that's
fitting.
pretty. I think it is fitting.
You got the two sides of my life.
And I have to admit, having Jonathan say that we're gonna go to South Korea to film a prank show makes me think maybe he is more of one than I was originally giving him credit for. So
wait, you didn't think he was? You just
yeah,
thought we were on a different level.
Let's put it this way: like I would say, though you and I can be sophisticated and we can, like clean up when we need to. Jonathan is probably the best out of the three of us at just kind of like flipping that switch and keeping it on, whereas I'm not completely afraid to look like a man-child in public. And I would say that you're probably around the same.
No, yeah. I'm an actor. I have no shame.
Now, we all know, you and I both know, that Jonathan can be a complete man-child in private.
Which is true.
Which is true. And we told the story about the TV transportation on the last episode.
Yeah. It's a good story. I've
but,
heard it.
Well, let's do this, because we all know each other pretty well. Mm-hmm. And rather than us be honest, we'll make it a little more interesting. So we're going to go around, and each person is going to say about the other one what they think the most man-child thing that they do is.
Oh,
so we'll go ahead.
Oh, no.
So we'll go ahead. So let it all out. If you have something to say, say it. You'll never be invited back. But we'll go ahead and start with you, Trevor. So
who am I talking about?
You're going to talk about both of us.
Both of us.
So yeah.
Oh no.
List both of us. You don't just get to choose because you're both.
We'll be right back, folks. Let's take the commercial. roll it.
We'll pause and give them some time to.
No commercial. Okay.
Samsung's still not sponsoring us, so that's
really.
No.
We need Gold Peak. We need Applebee's. We need Chick-fil-A, and we need what was the other one that we need?
Well, Samsung, yeah.
We just said Samsung. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say it in your list. You said it before. Then you said it list.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm good with
or
Samsung.
Anybody who
I just got a new phone.
Actually.
While I'm thinking about it, I got a new phone. Very good.
Cool.
Samsung, a little bit.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. Anyway, man-childness.
That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
Like on the spot question. That's a tough question to do.
Just gonna. Anyway, I don't know. Like I can go, like you do very. You ride the line between.
Okay.
It's like. It's difficult. This is a hard question.
Would you like me to start?
Question.
Because I have no issue roasting both of you.
Yeah, roast away out. We're ready for it.
All right.
Put a fork in me. Call me dumb.
All right. I might actually have a harder time with you. But I'll go with Jonathan first.
Okay.
So Jonathan, it's kind of the opposite of how he and I would be. Jonathan is very, as I said, in public, he's very good at looking very professional. He's not afraid to try to prank his friends, but he's very, very bad at receiving pranks from his friends.
That's fair. That is a fair statement. I know exactly where we're going with this.
And when you want to make Jonathan look like a man-child, all you have to do is prank him in public. And not too long ago, this was before the story we told last week about the TV. I believe it was election night. We had gone out with some friends.
It was election night.
We had gone out.
Oh wow, yes it was.
We had gone out to relieve some stress and go out to eat dinner at it was probably like at 11.
It was Denny's.
11. We were at Denny's. It was like 11 o'clock at Denny's, and Jonathan made two mistakes. I got up to go pay.
I know.
I made one mistake. Jonathan made two mistakes. I got up to go pay, and I made the mistake of leaving my wallet at the table with Jonathan, knowing that he is notorious for messing with my things when I'm not at the table to watch. However, as I was paying, I was paying attention. And I saw that he took something from my wallet and put it in his. When I got back, I said, "What did you take from my wallet?" And he said, "I took your Sheets card." I said, "Okay."
Which, by the way, was the truth. Was only his Sheets card.
Which was true. He did take just the Sheets card. However, he gave me a Sheets card back that I didn't think was mine. He said, "Yeah, that's my Sheets card." And he gave me my actual Sheets card back. Not that it really matters because I don't use the Sheets app. Besides the point. I did not believe at this point that he had only taken my Sheets card because...
Never believed me, which is fair reason.
Which is
fair reason.
So I, and this is his first mistake, demanded that he give me his wallet to prove that he did not take anything else. His first mistake was giving me his wallet.
Oh, 100%.
The second mistake he made was thinking that he could physically keep me in the booth.
Yeah.
Which did not happen.
No.
And I managed to push him out of the booth. I then proceeded to take every single one of the cards that he had in his wallet and place them on different tables around the restaurant. And then I walked out with his empty wallet in my hand and my wallet safely in my possession. Now, Jonathan, I have never seen act like more of a man-child when he refused to pick up his cards off of the tables, forced his wife to go back in and pick them up for him so that he wouldn't look unprofessional to the people in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I loved every single second of it. Now, the thing that I did have to apologize to Jonathan for was he also made the mistake of giving me his phone.
Yeah.
That night. And I did not
scripted.
I did not intend to accidentally take that phone home with me. But needless to say, we had to meet back up for me to give him his phone.
Denny's.
Back at Denny's to give him his phone. I hadn't gotten too far. He hadn't gotten too far. But we did have to do that. So that was a pretty fun evening for me anyway. And we made up and we were good, and you helped me transport a TV within the next couple weeks. But as far as Trevor goes, and I might struggle with you for a little bit, not necessarily in public so much, and even in a group setting. There's a thing in our friend group where he's a very great host. We call him the hostess.
I was going with this too, so
we'll both
I co-authored the story.
All right.
I want to hear both sides.
But he is very good, and I'm not sure how this plays into being a man-child, but I'm going to mention it anyway. That he is very good at being a host whenever we're at his house. In fact, even when they come to my house, he somehow still plays the role of the host.
And when he comes to my apartment, he still
plays the role of the host. But every once in a while, Trevor just kind of lets loose.
Oh,
yes.
I could...
And acts like a 4-year-old child.
I really, not like in a temper tantrum way.
No,
but
like a purely innocent laughing at something very childish. Not even like adult childish. Like literally 4-year-old slapstick, poop humor.
Yeah, not that low, but yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
just a little bit. That's the best I got for you, Trevor. Because
that's what I was going to.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything that makes you guys look like man-child too much.
Oh, you can certainly think of something for me.
Well,
sure.
I if you don't know Steven real well, like we know Steven real well.
Actress.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that. Well, but this was not my story. But why he says that, we did go camping 2 summers ago.
Oh, that's not where I was going. I was talking about most recent air mattress story, but
I'm talking like that.
Oh,
that was okay. Recently.
This is yours is better. Yours
did not have a secondary cot nor a third bed or pull-out couch, so we went and bought an air mattress at Walmart. However, same gist to the story. When camping, Steven decides that he was going to have an air mattress that is a double-decker air mattress. Now, mind you, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in a tent. Now, said tent would fit 9 people, meaning 9 sleeping bags. Steven has a queen-size double-decker tent, air mattress that was blown up in this. It took up probably 3 spots.
At least. It took up a third of the tent.
Which left us with very little room. However, he's also, like you said, does not like heat. So we went to Walmart to mitigate this problem. Like, what are you going to buy that helps with heat while you're camping? You're mindful. We're camping in a tent. We don't camp in a tent. Like, people really just get over it. Like, you don't sleep in a sleeping bag. You just sleep. He buys a box fan, then proceeds to have an outlet on the other side of the campsite that we had to run an extension cord to that, and
tie bags around the outlets so that they
don't get wet because it rained very heavily while we were camping. That's not the story I was going to go with. I don't really have a story, but Steven is one individual, and part of this reason is I'm the same way. I feel like, and without going into detail and finding an exact example, because I'm sure I can think of one. However, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. Steven throws temper tantrums. Well. They're not temper tantrums like a 4-year-old. They are in the most kind-hearted, adult-like disagreements.
Okay.
oftentimes, Steven, and Trevor could probably back me with this, does not like to be proven wrong.
That is true.
Exactly. Even when we know for that he's wrong,
Yeah,
or it's coming from, it's like, this happened to me and you're telling me that I'm wrong. I'm the one telling you the story kind of thing.
Well, actually.
He's like, I need more detail. Who heard this? Who did that come from? Why? That can't be true. Well, no, it is true, Steven.
Yeah.
Just listen to the story. If you don't believe it, don't believe it. But don't sit there and question that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the same way. I also often question things as well, too. But Steven is notorious.
Yeah.
Notorious to act like a child and question things when you're just like, what are you going to do? I mean, like, it's truthful information, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I just need proof.
yeah, he's always factual based and proof, and I get it, but
until I'm in an argument where I know I can't win, and then I will spout off
it's also like you don't trust what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't raining outside today, but if you really want proof, I'll go collect and put a rain catcher outside and realize that there's no rain in it, and it was sunny outside all day long. So he's like that kind of person.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever.
That was not the analogy I was going for, but that's just what came to my head.
I would say, like you said. What was I saying? Okay, no, Jonathan, like you said, very, he does a really good job in public and keeping himself very respectful, all that stuff. I would say he's probably, of all of our friends, when we hang out, he's the most likely to, like, if we have, like, some foam kind of thing looking like a sword, to pick it up and hit you. Like, he'll often be lying on the ground and just grab something and start hitting your legs. And I'm like,
I feel like that's truthful.
What are you doing?
There's a toy in the studio that we're filming at that I often play with every time we're here, and I don't know where that toy is.
Throw it here. It should be. I just saw it a second ago.
I know, it's here somewhere.
It's somewhere on the. I thought you literally had it in your hand.
No, I did know.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is that, but there's
another thing that goes with it.
That goes on this ball, and I don't know. I feel like I want to play with that.
But yeah, I feel like he's the one that would, like, childishly.
Hey!
Exactly, like
I said one toy. Here's the example of the man child.
You got a horse. You got.
Continue.
Anyway, but like
he'd
take this and just start hitting you with it, like on the leg, just while you're talking.
Yeah.
And then you, like, I don't know, you just, like, not that kind of childish, but I agree with him. You just, like, you like to be right.
Oh, I do like to be right.
Very respectfully.
Yeah.
Very respectfully, but you like to be right.
I do.
I think that.
I do enjoy being right, and
being right is a good thing.
Some members of my family revealed that to me a couple months ago. That, like, Steven, you understand that you really always have to be right. I'm like, no, but wait.
You're always like, no, but then it's like,
but then I do. Self-reflecting. We'll end with this. We'll do.
I'm sorry. I got a horse.
We might not be able to finish.
I got
this
a horse,
episode.
and anyway, sorry.
We have multiple people off screen throwing toys at us, all of whom are man children.
I'm a man woman.
I'm a man woman.
I thought we were gonna do self-reflection. We're not gonna do self-reflection. We're gonna cut the episode here and we reference this just about every episode before it goes the way of the Jacob Wilson episode. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Trevor, for being on.
Happy to be here.
Like, subscribe, talk about where you'd like to travel and how much of a man-child you are.
And tell us where we need to go traveling. I need to go on a trip this year, at least in the United States, because I have plane tickets. Tell me where I need to go.
I'm going to read all the comments now.
And also, if you have a definition of what the heck a man-woman is.
Comment below.
See you next week.